Welcome back to About That Horse You Rode In On. So, the last time we were here, I told you that I would teach you or show you how to put a rope halter on a horse. So, we're going to do that today. And I also wanted to show you a couple of other halters that I had forgotten in the last video. So, we'll do that as well. So, saddle up and let's get to it. Hey, I said the other video that I was going to show you how to tie a rope halter on, so let's do that. When you're haltering a horse, you don't want to run right up to him, scare him or anything like that. You kind of want it to be a happy experience. Oh, decisions are being made, aren't they? Yeah. Are you guys gonna grouse? Sure, why not? Hi, Edwina. So you walk up to them and just walk up to their shoulder. Kind of position yourself at an angle so if anything goes south, you have some place to back up to. Back up. Good girl. Hi, Moon. You going to be first? All right. So we want to place this halter on her nose. Go over the neck. And you place the halter on the nose. Don't drag it up her nose. That's just mean. Be nice. Hey, hey, hey. Quit. Make sure it's where it's supposed to be in the throat latch. Make sure this isn't twisted because that's just uncomfortable. And tie it, you don't tie it up here, you tie it down here near the knot. Because if you tie it up here, if they pull back, it's gonna tighten and you're not gonna be able to get it loose. If they pull back the way it's tied right now, all you gotta do is go like this and get it loose. So make sure you tie it down here, down by the knot, not up here. So we'll throw that over there while we get the other kid. Hi, Owie. And I always throw my lead rope over my arm or over my shoulder, and I don't wrap it because I don't want to mess up my arm, lose the skin. Again, we put it over her nose. Make sure it's in the throat latch. Fix the hair. And always make sure that you're kind of off to an angle. Like I said earlier, just in case something goes south, you want to be able to back up pretty quick because these guys are big. Hey, hi. Back up. Come here, Moon Moon. All right, girls. Back up, Allie. Good girl. Thank you. Hold them like this. Don't wind them around your hand, because if that horse takes off, that's gonna hurt your hand really bad. No shopping. Come on. Whoa, good girl. Whoa! That's why we always make sure we're standing at an angle. Come on. Thanks, Walter. I wouldn't recommend doing this if your horse doesn't ground tie. But if your horse ground ties, then feel free. Come on, sweetness. Let's go. Hi, Dovey. There's Edwina again. Walter, you just about got me killed, buddy. Whoa. Whoa. Good girl. And always make sure you back up. Keep your eye on your horse when you cut them loose, because I've seen horses take off and kick out. And a lady I knew, that happened to her, and she got nailed in the head, died instantly. So always make sure you've got an eye on your horse when you're cutting them loose. So that's how you tie a rope halter. I was going to show you another halter that I forgot yesterday. And this one is called a Be Nice. And this is for horses that pull back. I've had a couple of those that I didn't teach them to do it, but I needed to teach them to not do it. So this goes across the nose, obviously. This goes under the chin. And these little knobs go across their crown. Their poll, I'm sorry, the crown piece goes over the poll. And when they pull back, it tightens everything on their head. So it's very uncomfortable. So they learn not to pull back with this. That's why it's called a Be Nice halter. Some people are against these. And I guess if you used it wrong, it could be pretty brutal. So if you don't know what you're doing, don't do it. It's always been my rule of thumb. Ask for help. So that's that one, and there was one other that I wanted to show you. What was it? I don't remember. There was the Be Nice. I showed you the show halter. Oh, the different sizes of halters. They come in different sizes as well. Like this one's for sucklings, little babies. This is for weanlings, maybe even up to a yearling, depending on the breed of horse. But they all come in different sizes, and these are yearling size. Oops. This is my donation rack. This is all stuff that's going to go to a local club that sells it, and then they use the money for their youth group. So what else? We went through lead ropes. We'll do bits and bridles in another episode, and saddles. Hello again. If you're wondering why I think I'm qualified to present this information, I'll give you a little bit of my background. I am a fourth generation horseman. My great-great-grandfather was the owner of the Sioux Falls livery in the late 1800s, and he passed his love of horses on to his progeny, not to mention the fact that he and my great-grandfather used horses for everything from farm work to the Sunday drive to church. My grandmother rode her horse to school every day, which I think is pretty cool. Anyway, in the 70s, I was lucky to live in an area of Southern California where I was totally immersed in the horse world with some pretty heavy hitters in the industry. In the 80s, I started my own part-time business while I also worked full-time in the defense industry. I was breaking colts and dabbled in breeding. In the 90s, when the defense industry went belly up, I went to work for a local carriage company where I worked with and drove draft horses, doing tours of downtown and weddings. That was really a fun job. The animal activists came and got us kicked out, though. So in 2000, I went to work for a well-known quarter horse trainer, and that's where I got a big education. We had over 230 horses on the ranch with an average of 6 trainers and 40 horses in training, and bred an average of 30 mares per season. I loved that job. That farm was sold, and I went to work for a local large animal vet and back to working my own horses. The vet assistant job was so interesting, I learned a ton. When the economy took a tumble, I had to find another job, so I went to work for a local feed store. And in 2013, we moved to Wawonga. I started giving lessons to locals and tried to start an equestrian group, but folks had a tough time being able to commit, so that withered on the vine. So now I'm going to try to make this channel a place where horse owners or prospective horse owners can come and hopefully learn horsemanship before they dump a bunch of money into a horse they know nothing about. It happens a lot. So now that's out of the way, let's continue our journey.